Had little different patches of fire everywhere that you look, and just the winds kind of keeping it going, and as they said there in different areas like that. Uh, just an amazing thing right here. Uh, uh, we're going to walk up here and take a look and see where we're going here with it. Like I said, several of the firemen have already gotten overheated from it and things like that. And you can feel the heat here as I'm walking up the hill. So anything could have caused a fire. You can see the smoke through the woods and all that kind of thing. If this was Memphis, you'd be saying they'd hooking up some barbecue. Looks like a lot of timber and stuff has been being cut down up here, and maybe for firewood, different things like that. Notice areas here where it's still flames coming up off of these timbers. Still some smoke on the bottom of these trees, but
David, it looks like it's all downhill on the downhill side off the top of the
more of an underbrush cut than anything else.
That's simple.
Looks like it may have started even up here.
Go ahead. That's typical interstate with
Well, we're going to head back down out of here. Like I said, you got to thank these 16 guys for giving up their time and everything else. Foresters here taking over, making some dozer cuts, and with that, the in minutes more or less going to cut you loose, I guess, unless we come up with something else there. Still some blazes, blaze them up on these
Let's go right here, Trent. Excuse me. Go, Trent. Back! Back more, Hunter. Come here. Hold up. Easy. Come here. Come on, Blake. Okay, you got one out. Back, back, back! Hey, let's go. Come on. Got one. Let's go. Come on, let's go.
I thought that was down. I thought it was farther than that. I got it. Hey. Hey. See that ball off the bat? My bad, Cole. Step up right here. Yeah. Let's go, kid. Let's go, big 5-5. Let's go, 5-5. What? All right, wait, hey, wait on it. Come on. Watch it in. Stay back. There you go, boy. Good deal. That's well. Boy. Order out. All right.
Not bad.
Well, it's WCBN Irish Sports, and we're in the first, what would be the second inning of the baseball game. Lady Irish out here going strong. Coming up, going down. They're hunting the thing for the score. I don't believe there's any been made at this point in time. Irish up to bat. Nice little bunt. Let's see if she's got the speed. Safe. Beard up to bat. Northlake trying to get a takeoff here. Hooper in the warm-up box. There, we got a foul ball over the. Pitcher's evaluating it, seeing if she needs to do some kind of a change up there. There's a nice little hit. Caught, though. Beard gets the first out of this inning. Northfleet still on first base. Hooper up to bat. Foul ball, didn't quite make it over the top, but it was a foul ball. Let's see, we're WCBN Irish Sports, sponsored by East Hardware, Tennessee Ridge, Signature Healthcare of Erin, who can be reached at 28941 for any information you may need. There's another swing. Can't afford no more of those now. In the box, getting set. Ball, good eye. Another high. There. 2-2. Maybe 3-2. I'm not sure, but I believe it's 2-2. Nice one that down third base line. She's got it, trying to get into first base. Safe, looks like. And safe into third base. Well, I thought she was safe, but looks like they called her out. Two outs. Norfleet sitting on third base. Baggett. Saw her pitching earlier, was doing a heck of a job. Pitcher's getting set. A little on the high side there. Baggett's a senior this year. One more and they'll walk her, I believe. Catcher going out to talk to the batter just a minute. Trying to pass along some kind of secret, I guess. Coach trying to, Lady Irish coach trying to figure out what's going on. Lynn to the batter's box. Strike. I believe that's 2-2. Nice little hit. Foul ball. Or caught, I believe. Yeah, must have been caught. I missed out on that part there. Little tap to the ceiling and somebody out there picked it off. Score still 0-0. We go in here into the bottom of the second. Steppy coming out on the field. Number 42. Let you do what now? If you can get it there, but you may not have an F2 on there.
Okay, that's just the kit length, so
Yeah,
I may not.
yeah, you may only have 4.5.
That's the lowest.
Yeah, and what you're going to look for is look at your ISO, see if you can get it your ISO up higher.
I want it as high as I can, about what, 400-600?
If it'll go that high.
It will, it'll go real high.
Because
Do I shoot in aperture or do I need to go to the shutter for the shutter speed?
I'd go for shutter speed because that's what you're going to be trying to get to because you want to stop them in their tracks.
Okay.
And that's the way to do it. You'll experiment. Try it on automatic. See what that does.
Up, up.
Well,
Reading online and I just
no, you need to learn.
hard. It's a science.
You need to learn. You need to learn the different ones. But try automotive. remote and see if that gives you what you
Yeah,
want.
the shutter, I can't get it down again.
Right.
It'll just go.
So you ain't got it
It'll
figured
go up.
out
Menu
yet.
to go the ISO sensitivity. I got it at 1600.
Okay. Yeah, shoot at that.
Should I try higher?
No, I try 16. We shooting at 18, and I don't
Good
think
job,
you've got
good
18 on
job.
that.
Okay.
Oh, covered up.
All right.
And
May
and,
not,
and
where's
see
the
what
jump
you think of those. And what you're looking for is movement with these people, and that's
Stay in the shutter speed, and I've got it down as low as I'll go.
okay. Yeah.
1600.
Just see it, and if that doesn't work, try something else. I mean, it's going to take you some practice.
What we always buy is blue white. That's the first pair.
Yeah.
Blue white, number one, orange white, number two,
Neat camera.
brown white.
I love it. I just,
So you're each color and each white.
I'm too busy stuck on Sony.
So we always use blue and the white.
I got some Canons, but I still love my Sonys. No, I have Sonys. Yeah.
Maybe some
And the reason I did it is that they've got anti-shake in them,
sale guys down
and so it's in the camera instead of the lens.
yeah. I've got a tripod that I just didn't want.
come up and stay.
Yeah. Well, most of the shoots for this, you don't want that. You're just going to point and shoot.
You don't want. They might
See,
Shooting against the sun is gonna be hard.
it's hot right now. I can't hardly see. I just know the general direction that they're at.
You was actually turned off.
Who are we playing anyway?
We are playing Joe Byrns is what the schedule said.
Oh, okay.
I'm not on video.
Sure. Yeah. No. Still no score. Clark pitching, checking it out. Looks like they tried it, bounced it on the floor. I don't know if he called that a strike or not, but it looked to me like she went to play. Number 33 heading there. Look like we got somebody going to first base. She's out. Got a runner on second, number 33 from Joe Byrns. Number 5 coming up to bat. Sort of a tall girl, huh? She probably plays basketball. Strike one. Let her out, Clark. Another foul ball. That's two of them. One more, and she's gone to the house. Nobody's been able to get a score in yet. There we go. Nice one out there. Looks like we got a runner in. First runner, 2 runs in. Joe Byrns, 2-0. Belter up on third base. That's good. I'm here because of you. Number 2, Joe Byrns up to bat. Just don't know. Score right now is 2-0 in the bottom of the second. Little foul ball. They like these little bunts. Nice little ball out there. Out. Got two in. I guess we're going into the top of the third.
Still getting blurry. I don't know what
Huh?
So I'm still getting a blurry image. I don't know what I've done with it.
All right. Go to your auto setting on speed. You've got an auto setting on
I'll
speed.
put it on auto and watch. Blurry.
Okay. Are you on autofocus or manual?
It should be on auto.
Go to manual focus and focus manually.
Let's see. That's how I do mine. Well, actually, that was auto.
Take your ISO to about 400.
Noise reduction on or off?
Huh?
Noise reduction on or off?
Oh, noise reduction off.
Shoot it.
F9.
There we go. It's focusing, but it's not.
I'd try manual focus. Can you set your lens where you manual focus with it, and try that? Just try it. All right, now you're going to have to operate that up front up there.
I gotta go to shutter.
Did you set your diopter for your eyes?
Mm-mm.
Set your diopter right in here
Mm-hmm.
to put it. I'll close this up as full as you can. Look right at him and make him just as clear as you can with this diopter here. Don't move this lens. Your diopter's up here. And the reason you want that is so that what you might think is blurry is or clear without changing that diopter is blurry. But if your diopter and your eyes are equal, then what you see will be what you get usually.
I want to get a better lens for this one.
That's Larry up to bat. Catcher's down. Batter's checking it out. There it goes. Nice little foul ball right out along first baseline there. Like I said, score is 2-0 at this point. I believe that's the score. You got it on the
I
autoplay.
still can't. I still don't know how to get to that. Just try to it gets come back. It's got that,
Okay.
and then that brings it down. Okay, there you go. You got it. That's as low as it'll go.
That's as low as it'll go.
5, 6.
5, 6.
Darn it.
Yeah, that's as low as you're gonna go.
Now just leave it there and then put it down to the shutter.
Right. I'd leave it there. Put it down to the shutter.
I gotta push that in.
Okay, you gotta push it each time. Okay, let's see if we can. And the highest it'll go with on that is 500.
Okay.
Try that and see what you get.
Okay.
Like I said, manual focus and use that first.
Okay. Thank you.
Don't thank me. Haven't done anything. All I've done
I just,
tell you.
I know, better light, higher speed, you gotta lower the F setting. What's that called, the stop?
Yeah. F-stop.
F-stop.
You start getting into them low lenses, f-stop, you're getting into some money.
Yeah, this takes really good close up. It takes good,
Well, that lens
Inside.
is designed for that.
yeah. But the outside pictures.
Well, we're going into the top of the third here, and the score is still 2-0. Walker playing first base. Having a little gab fest in there at the pitcher's man. Advised Baggett's not catching. I believe she caught last year. She may be playing shortstop, I believe. Kind of walked forward there. I'm not sure what you'd call that when they do that. Well, that's definitely a foul ball. Number 4, getting ready. Walked it out, caught there by Baggett. Let me ask you, when they go to those bunts and they walk into them but they don't hit it, isn't that still a strike?
I couldn't tell you
It should be to me.
because
They've made a movement toward it.
we didn't use slap bunts much in DC youth, and that's about the end of my experience. You guys, Kenneth and them guys.
It's just
Hey, Kenneth, when they're doing them slap bunts, they don't make contact. They're strike. Yeah. Okay.
even if they walk, but what if, like where they walk toward the ball, like that last girl walked toward the ball, that's a strike. So they can walk right out to the pitcher and hit the ball.
They come out of the box.
That's what I mean. She came right out of the box to the ball.
Heads up.
Way to catch, Miss Walker. That's a sideways catch with Miss Walker, and boy, she's hollering heads up, the ball heading right at me. I thought I was done in. She saved my life. On the high side there. I believe as a strike, that's right in that knee zone there. Kind of on the low, but right at it. Right on the catch of her knees there. Straight one right out there. Baggett catching it, throws right into first base, easy out. Brings them in. Score still 2. We go into the bottom of the third now. Is that doing any better with that, using that manual focus?
It is. I just had to reset everything, get it back in auto, and
Well, even when I set in auto, as far as making all the settings, I still manual focus.
okay.
I've just always been more comfortable doing that because I found when I auto-focused, I could be just what I felt was a hair off, you know.
Well, everything was blurry. Even I couldn't get it from manual back to clear, so I had to go back to the autofocus, focus it. I don't know if it just resets it or what. I don't know.
Yeah. I've never had a Nikon, so I mean that's, like I said, I've had Canon and Sony.
The ISO, the everything is auto on it until you get it out. And it just like I know that some of these different.
Well, so the way that those settings work is if you set it one thing, the others will set manually to what they should be. Yeah. So you're gonna put all those up on Facebook?
I don't know. We'll see.
Well, the good ones anyway.
Sure. I'll
Okay.
tag you and you can tell me
All right. See, if we don't, that people don't get to see pictures. You know, that's, you know.
The Photoshop I have works real good.
Use Picasso. I like Picasso
I
better.
do too. Yeah, I've got that too. I
Huh.
had the coral Photoshop.
Right. Oh, you've got
Corel. I
Corel.
use both. Corel. Yeah, I can use both. I can do a lot in the Picasso and then go into the.
Well, I like Picasso because more or less I can keep up with where different things are. Yeah,
Organizer.
yeah, it's a better organizer to me. And of course, I can do anything with that that I can do with most of the way. So,
The
yeah.
editing part, yeah. The other one, right here, I could not do anything with it. It was
Adobe? Or did you try? Oh, Adobe. Yeah, you've got to just almost go to school on Adobe to be able to do anything with it.
unreal. Not very amateur friendly.
You're not an amateur, you're a prosumer. Difference between an amateur and a prosumer. The Lady Irish up to bat. Needing to get some points out here. Got it out in the field, going over here to first base. She caught it, she's out. That was Miss Clark. Got A little time out here to get another one of them balls that they've tossed over the top of the field here. There she's running. Let's see where she'll go. She'll be in there. Must have been a foul ball. She's got to go back. That's 14, but I don't see 14. Oh, there's a gun. Gunson. Good eye, good eye. Yep, that's just right below her kneecap there. We're sponsored by Signature Healthcare here in Tennessee there, and you can reach them at 289-4141 for any information. I believe there's only one Saturday left to get paint there to Ace, if they still got any left there. Trying a new paint. And there's a nice little run, but caught right out in middle field there. Still a nice hit by Miss Gunson, deep in middle field. Northfleet coming up to bat. Getting it steady. Good eye right above. Strike. Good solid swing, just doesn't own the ball. Probably went to China if she'd have hit it. Beautiful day out here on the ball field. Strike. Well, we're still at 2-0. Going to the top of the fourth, I believe. College scout here checking out some of the players from Joe Byrns. Said they hadn't seen them play yet, and so they came out and said, watch them play this game. I said, well, I hope they could watch some of the girls. She said, most of ours are already signed. So Baggett coming up to bat, to pitch. Bat and pitching, hard to tell the difference sometimes, for me anyway. Get old like me.
Caitlin, you want mine?
You know, we wonder who they're talking about when they go up there like that in that little, you know. Surely not talking about the other team. Ball team. Looks like we're on 2-2, possibly. There she's 2 strikes, 2 balls. So let's see where she goes. Nice little hit out there in the center field. Number 18, she's going to go in there from Joe Byrns, stopped on second base. They got it in there. Holding them on second base. Another little pop. Let's see who gets it. Caught. Well, number 33, Joe Byrns, is up to bat. Let's go, Baggett. Lay it to him. A little on the high side. Never know, though. Might be one of those times that swing at him. I've seen them before. Could be one of those cases where they're trying to get at him, though. Walked her. Baggett so far has got one on second base, one on first base. Way it goes sometime. Strike one. Wow, foul ball. So one more strick, and as that fella down there says. All the umpires are kind of unique in that, different ways of saying strike. We're WCBN Irish Sports, Channel 12 on your television network. Straight up in the air, let's see who gets it. Easy, Baggett caught that, didn't have any doubts about it. Let's see, we're keeping one on first and second. I mean, that, you can let him out in the field there, as long as you don't let him go across that home plate. Got a lefty there. Straight out to center field. Easy out on first. Holding him. Interesting. Hadn't earned the right to walk. Okay. Keeps him moving. Bottom of the fourth. That's what I thought it was, and I wasn't sure. Are they getting better? Huh?
Our pitching is hurting us.
No, I'm talking about your pictures.
Oh. I believe so. Yeah, I think so. I just got to get something really good.
Yeah, I mean,
My doctor does.
When we first started, we go up the front, and what we try to do is stop the ball as the pitcher was pitching.
Yeah.
Catch the ball in
Now
mid.
I can.
Can you do that? Ah, deep, but no good.
Yeah. It's just getting the timing of the windup because my daughter pitches.
Okay.
That's the only way I know because I know when the timing. It takes me a little bit to get warmed up, but it's just all in the motion. Learning the motion of the pitcher.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've got some really good ones of that, but nothing real clear because I can't get my setting. I can get the picture, but I got to get it clear,
Then you keep working at getting that. Believe me, you don't do this overnight.
No, it's really a science. This picture's got an arm on her.
Hear that hip pop?
Yeah, I can't figure out if she's throwing a screwball. She's got some spin on her ball, her pitches. Just can't tell from this angle.
Double zero. Double zero up there. Bottom of the fourth. Still 2-0. 7 innings, 3 to go after this one. Nice one down there. Let's see if she'll pull that on in. Safe on first base. Batter's up and ready. Double zero going to try to make them nervous anyway. That's Miss Hooper. Looked like Clark at the bat. No, that's Baggett. First out, Leanne. Gunson at the bat. Nice little one down first base here. She won't make it, but we may get somebody into second base and get 3 outs in it, so it doesn't matter. Smile. Drop the ball. Did you get that picture? Yeah. See, that's $1 million picture if you got that. I didn't get it either. So. Sure you can. You just stand there and point it that way and pull the trigger. They're coming in. Going to the bottom of the field. Did you get that one?
See the ball right there? See the
Oh,
ball coming in?
yeah. See, that's
I
what you
think that's
need.
the ball.
Yeah. If you're like me, I tell people I can't see nothing about them till I've got them up on a
That's the
computer.
ball coming in.
Oh, that is a cool
That's
picture.
pretty cool.
Yeah, that is a cool picture. Now, what you do is you have cars come out of your house, stand out by the road, and take pictures of the wheels on the car till you get that wheel to stop, and try the setting that you can get that wheel to stop with.
I'll have to.
Can you sit in the house and do that?
Uh-uh.
So people can't see you doing it. So they don't think you're nuts. I
No.
used to do that. I got a 400 millimeter lens, and it's a long sucker.
Yeah, that's the.
But I would hand hold it and see if I could stop the wheels on the car. Yeah.
I need to buy another one. Longer one.
No, not necessarily. Well, you do need one. You need I'd say 250, 300 up to 300, and they'll take care of most things you need to do. Okay. I'll try my best not to. Lair up to bat.
Got that one with the ball right there on the bat.
Oh, that's cool when you do that. Those are, it's kind of like catching a basketball player in the air. Out. Little short hit. Pitcher picked it up. .22 coming up to bat. Walker. Little short one out there, but let's see. Yeah, it's out. Yeah, it happens. Number 7 got 2 outs.
Ball stops.
Huh?
Getting the ball stops.
I like them when they're sliding across the base and you get all that dust. That's the reason I asked you if you got that shot
Yeah,
up.
no, I didn't have it on. I did that last game. I just sat here and I missed the game because I was watching the bases just trying to get that shot.
Early on, I did something like that, and they looked like Saturday Evening Post pictures, and I loved those. I mean, it was down with the junior pro, and that was, like I said. Still trailing. Little foul ball though. That's Laxton up to bat. Another one there. Foul ball. Fouled it off that back twice. Can't afford it. She does another, and it better be either a foul or going forward. Just swinging a little late. That's out. Oh well. They just holded them right here. Little shot out there. First and out. They're holding them after they got that 2 little points. Just can't get none of their own. Pitchers on the Joe Byrns got a heck of an arm on him. It was a ball, I think. Need to get a little lower, Leanne. Nice little one out there. She catched. Boy. Now, I don't know about you, but that's a heck of a catch right there. Caught it midair. It didn't even look like she was reaching up and caught it. Just stuck her hand up there and it fell in the glove. That's 2 outs. That's it. Up and down. Pitcher winding up. Must have been a little on the outside there. None or done? I'm not sure. North Lake coming up there. Got a good looking stance to it. Checking that ball. There it comes. A little on the low side. Good eye. Said I ain't playing golf. Foul ball over the top. That truck might need a new paint job. Keeps going, she might make it to first base, just be walked. She did. She may be getting tired there. She walked one. That's the first one I think she's walked this game. Caught. Well, that's the second out. 0-0 up to bat. Lady Irish.
Go hard now.
She'll play him. She's fast. Straight out through the field there. Oh, wow. There's the ball. Let's see where they go. Tying runs on second and third base. Huh? All right.
Hey, stay tall on your backside.
Not yet. We got the tying runs on. Bag it up to bat. Leanne can't do it, I don't know.
Put it in the hole somewhere, Lee. Lee, make contact, baby. That's all you got to do. Contact. Go.
She's trying you. She's going to try you. Strike one. Ball one.
Let it come to you, Lee. Let's go now.
She wants it. Straight up in the air. Let's see where it goes. Caught. Third in. Yeah. Hello, hello.
Keep it smooth, Callie. Let's go.
There it is, one out. That'll get us somebody here on first base and looks like possibly second. That there was Gunson there, but did that. 32 is the next one up to bat. That's Lair, and following her will be Walker, my lifesaver. Time to take chances, ladies. There's you off to the left. Didn't quite make it. The ladies could pull apart here. 3 points would put them in a winning team.
See it, Missy. See it.
Well, that's the first down. Here comes my lifesaver. There she goes, right out into midfield there, not caught, on the ground. Tied ball on first and second. Let's see where we go. Foul ball over the fence. One out. Bottom of the seventh. Trying to fake it in here. All it'll take is some errors here. This team's not made a lot on either side there. pitcher's got an awesome arm.
All the way in. Watch it now.
Move it out. Let's go.
There she is, strike 3. 14 coming out the bat, 2 outs. There you go. Oh, caught it. She did good. Good game. They get ready to start. Anyway, we're WCBN Channel 12, our sports. Sponsored by East Hardware at Tennessee Ridge, Signature Healthcare here in Houston, County Drug Alliance, Traditions First Bank. We'll see you all down the road. Bye-bye. I can do a lot. I didn't know you wanted miracles. That's not the problem. The problem is
Houston County Legislative Body is now in session. Honorable George Clark presiding.
Brother Harden, would you lead us in prayer?
Yes, sir. Our Father, we pause this evening to thank Thee for the blessings of life and another beautiful day You've granted. We come especially to ask Thy blessing upon this body, that they may make decisions that are beneficial to our community, to our state, and to our nation. Father, we thank Thee for the freedoms we have and those who've made these freedoms possible. We ask especially that You be with all the leaders of our nation. And this we pray in Christ's name. Amen.
Meeting will come to order. Roll call, Mr. Brown.
William Agee. George Hiram. Randall French. Steve Hall. Ray Elliott. Martha Greenfield. Darrell Kingsville. James Van Fleet. Leslie Lewis. Chris Self. Joey Bright. James Fazell. Donnie Lewis. Larry Sykes. 14 members present.
We do have a quorum. I'd like a motion. You have a copy of the new agenda for tonight. Anything else? Motion is made. Is there a second? And second. All in favor? Opposed? Motion does carry. Before we get into our rest of our meeting, let me go over where we are financially. The general fund, as of today, $1,299,407. Solid waste, $216,903. Highway Department, $1,742,976. General Purpose Schools, $5,987,231. And General Debt Service, $2,002,853. That's where we are as of today. With that said, you have a copy of your minutes from the previous meeting. Motion is made to approve and seconded. Any discussion? If not, all in favor? Opposed? Motion does carry. Under old business, you have two new notaries, Angela Taylor and Andrea Underwood. Are they here tonight? I see one hand, two hands, so they're both here. Can you stand up? They'd like to see who you are. Okay. Thank you, ladies. Motion is made to approve and seconded to approve the new notaries. Any discussion? If not, all in favor? Opposed? Also, we have one renewal, Miss Mary Ricketts. I'd like a motion to approve the renewal. Motion is made and seconded. Any discussion? If not, all in favor? Opposed? Motion does carry. Next, you have your composite map that we put on the books every court meeting. I'd like a motion to approve. The motion is made. Is there a second? And second, any discussion? If not, all in favor? Opposed? Motion does carry. Next, we have appointment to the Houston County Youth Center Board. There's a couple of people that want to come off, and I'm asking that you place Sammy Allen, Tammy Yeeds, and Leon Sanford on that board. Motion is made to approve these people to the Houston County Youth Center Board. Is there a second? And seconded. Any discussion? If not, all in favor? Opposed? Motion does carry. Next, you have an amendment of contract in lieu of performance bond. This is something we have to do every year. It's a performance bond we have on the old landfill. Each year it goes down a small amount. I'd like a motion to approve this. Motion is made and seconded. Any discussion? If not, all in favor? Opposed? Motion does carry. Next, you have an extension of a capital outlay note and resolution. This is an extension of our note at our library. It's for 7 more years. We owe about $52,500 on this particular note. I'd like a motion to approve this. Motion is made to approve the extension on our capital outlay note, our resolution, and our note, and seconded. Anyone second? And seconded. Any more discussion? If not, roll call vote on this.
William Agee.
Yeah.
George Aaron.
Yes.
Randall French.
Yes.
Steve Hall.
Yes.
Ray Elliott.
Yes.
Martha Greenfield.
Yes.
Darrell Kingsville.
Yes.
James Van Fleet.
Yes.
Leslie Lewis.
Yes.
Chris Sell.
Yes.
Joey Brake.
Yes.
James Fazell.
Yes.
Donnie Lewis.
Yes.
Larry Sykes.
Yes.
14 yes votes.
Motion passed. Next, you have a resolution, disaster recovery funds. This has to do with our ambulance facility and our fire hall that we're looking to build between here and Tennessee Ridge. This allows us to move forward and give me the authority to sign the documents that we need to sign.
So moved.
Motion is made. Is there a second? And second. Any discussion? I'm hoping, guys, that this week we can get the plans approved to the state within the next week and a half, and then get it out for bid. With that said, motion's made and seconded. No other discussion. All in favor? Opposed? Motion does carry. Next, we have the State of Tennessee Homeland Security Grant. This is a small grant that we get for $1,187. This is for equipment for our fire department. I'd like a motion to approve this particular grant. Motion is made. Is there a second?
Second.
And second. Any discussion?
Yeah, I got something.
Sure.
I read this thing, and it looks to me like it's going to cost us more to abide by all the stipulations in there than the lousy $1,187 we're going to get in return. The whole thing is counterproductive.
This is not the first one of these that we've got, and we've never had a problem in abiding by it. Would you want to say something in regards to it? It's not a...
Yes, sir. The money actually comes through District 7, which Houston County is one of the counties, of the 7 in our area here. This is pass-through money. All the other things we read about, the state has to take care of that. So this is our money that comes to us direct without any being removed or anything. Only thing may ever come past audit, which would be natural.
So we abide by all these things that are in here, such as the drug rehab program and all this stuff that's listed. I mean, that costs us a fortune to do all this stuff they stipulated.
All things in there are already cared for. The state has actually mandated those, so there's no cost to us. It's simply pass-through money.
George, and in reality, we have done several of these in the past, and we've never had a problem with them. I mean, we had, I understand where you're coming from, but I just don't think we're going to have a problem with it. Any other discussion? If not, roll call vote.
William Agee. George Aaron.
Yes.
Randall French.
Yeah.
Steve Hall.
Yes.
Ray Elliott.
Yes.
Martha Greenfield.
Yes.
Darrell Kingsville.
Yes.
James Van Fleet.
Yes.
Leslie Lewis.
Yes.
Chris Sell.
Yes.
Joey Brake.
Yes.
James Fazell.
Yes.
Donnie Lewis.
Yes.
Larry Sykes.
Yes.
Motion passed.
Motion passed. Next, we have a Tennessee Department of Transportation Traffic Grant Program. This is a grant for our Highway Department, Mr. Phelps, in regards to signs. They actually purchase the signs, and the county doesn't have to do anything. They bring the signs to the Highway Department, and then and give them to Houston County, and it totals $45,979.71.
It's a grant that I applied for 4 years ago, state of Tennessee, new stop signs, curb signs, paddleboard signs at the end of these bridges. They furnish a brand new sign and new post. All the highway department has to do is put them up. It's 100% grant, no match, no.
Motion to approve.
Motion is made and seconded. Any discussion? Who made the motion? Who made the second? He didn't. Okay, now.
Can you make some amendments and add signs to this program?
They sent a lady down here, she spent about 2 weeks deciding what we need.
Is this something that's going to transpire every year, or is this just a one-time for everyone?
One shot deal.
So you're going to
It
get
does not
45.
cover road names.
Pardon?
It does not cover road names. They won't pay for that.
It doesn't limit you as to the number of signs you can put up, just it limits the number they will pay for.
I mean, yeah, I can put up signs, just the county can pay for it, but there's a list here and a map that came with it that shows you where every sign goes and everything. I haven't gotten the signs yet, but they have been ordered.
All these signs have a designated location.
Yes, that's right. That's right. Someone from the state come down and looked over it.
How long ago did she do this, this person did this?
It's been about probably 7 or 8 months ago. I mean, I put in the application for the grant right after I took office. I never heard another word from it until about 7 or 8 months ago. This lady walked in the office and she said, I've ridden all over your county and I've got it marked where your signs go.
How many signs do you think you get?
There's a list of them.
Oh.
It's 900 something posts. So I guess 900 something.
It's a lot of signs. It's $45,970 something signs. That's being given to Houston County. That's a blessing, really. I mean, $45,000 worth of grant money.
It's actually 1,019 signs. 1,019 posts. So there's 900.
So how much money did you have in this year's budget for signs? So is this going to displace that money that you would have budgeted normally for signs?
Well, yes and no. This sign I don't have to buy, but 98% of the budget, of my budget is budgeted for signs is for road names. And there's just been a federal mandate that says all new signs have to be reflectivity and all that. This will take care of that. If it hadn't been for this grant, we would have had to bought those signs to do that.
How much does a road name sign cost?
A road name sign cost, it depends on how long the name is. The longer the name, the more the sign is. Probably about average $25.
Jimmy, does that include the labor it takes to put it up, or is
No,
that's just the little sign? How about the post?
The post is $20.
So-
The sign's about $25 and they in the truck and haul it out.
I just estimated it probably costs $50 for a sign, so I'm not too far off as an estimate. I need to start doing that.
That's not counting your labor.
Yeah, that's not.
No, they
No.
just count.
That's just the sign itself.
So it costs about $50 per sign without labor. Any other questions on this grant? If not, roll call vote.
William Agee.
Yeah.
George Yearn.
Yes.
Randall French.
Yes.
Steve Hall.
Yes.
Ray Elliott.
Yes.
Martha Greenfield. Darrell Kingsville.
Yes.
James Van Fleet. Leslie Lewis.
Yes.
Chris Sell.
Yes.
Joey Brake. James Fazell. Donnie Lewis.
Yes.
Larry Sykes.
Yes.
Motion passes.
Motion passed. Next we have debt policy, Houston County. If you remember, several months back we passed a debt policy. Well, we did like a lot of other counties. We did a rubber stamp type policy that the state has decided that they don't think any of them are, or most of them are not going to qualify for the debt policy for a county. So what we've done, we worked with CTAS in regards to formulating another debt policy for Houston County, and this is that debt policy for Houston County. What we'll do, this policy will be sent to the state controller's office, and every time that we borrow something, it will be on record. We have to do this, from what I understand, every year we'll have to renew this debt policy, or add to it or change it, whatever you want. But for right now, we've sent one. In that package that I gave you that was put together, this should be in there, yes, this debt policy.
Is this what CTAS developed?
This is what CTAS developed for us. And this should meet all of our needs that we've got. This is, I tell you what they did. They didn't reinvent the wheel. They took one that had already been passed and sent to the state, and the state had approved it, and redid it to make it fit Houston County as far as name change.
Can we're going to recess this thing. Can we recess this and so I can read this thing so I can vote on it intelligently?
Well, George, it's not a lot in there. I can tell you something that, you know, it's
7 or 8
what it's doing is saying that you're going to abide by a few rules that we ordinarily do anyway in regards to our debt here in the county. And anything that we approve, it has to go to the state controller, and they're not going to approve it unless it's correct.
How much time do we have?
Well, it's like anything else. I mean, we got a note that we're getting ready to send up there. I mean, it needs to be approved. It's not, if it was something that I thought real serious, I'd say, yeah, just send it back and look at it. But there's nothing in here that's going to affect Houston County other than says that we're going to do pretty much the things that we're already doing when it comes to a note.
I hate to vote on something I can't have read.
Well, you know, I just got it. I can't, you know, our county business goes on, and we have notes, and we have to move forward with it. I mean, that's just the way it is. I try and get stuff to you as fast as I can, but I can't meet with you every day. There's no way. Yes, she has a copy of it.
I have. I see no problems with it.
It's a standard.
It's going to be a necessity that we go ahead and amend our debt policy because our debt policy was very basic, very standard, and in order for us to get funding for different things, we're going to have to update our debt policy anyway.
Motion is made to approve the debt policy and seconded. Any other discussion? Not, roll call vote.
William Major. George Yearam.
Abstain.
Randall French.
Yes.
Steve Hall.
Yes.
Ray Elliott.
Yes.
Martha Greenfield.
Yes.
Darrell Kingsville.
Yes.
James Van Fleet.
Yes.
Leslie Lewis.
Yes.
Chris Self.
Yes.
Joey Brake.
Yes.
James Fazell.
Yes.
Donnie Lewis.
Yes.
Larry Sykes.
Yes.
Motion passed.
Motion passed. Next up is your initial resolution authorizing the incurrence of indebtedness not to exceed $7,500,000. If you remember, one meeting ago, I gave each of you a package. And in that package, it had these two resolutions in there so that you could look over them. Now, let me tell you why we're looking at this number 9 and number 10 that's on the agenda. Number 9, the initial resolution. Once we pass this resolution, we've got to advertise this and place this resolution in the local paper. And there's got to be a 20-day waiting period for any comments to come back to Houston County in regards to that. That's part of the process that we have to go through if we borrow this money to move forward with. This resolution, the initial resolution and the resolution authorizing the loan, does not bind you in any way. But what it does, it allows the county to start that process, get the advertisement in the paper, and hopefully get that 20 days behind us and give us time to finish our lease agreement. I've talked to our county attorney about it. We discussed it today in regards to it because and we're going to recess this meeting to the 23rd. By then, we should have finalized our lease agreement with signature in regards to this. But what this does, this allows us to move that process along while we're still doing it. Instead of waiting until we finalize the lease, then you got to wait another 30 or 20 days. Well, actually, might as well say 30, the way it usually winds up by getting it in the paper. You got another month out there that you've got to go. Signature has been funding the hospital ever since they've taken it over. We need to try and shorten this as much as possible, but yet still feel comfortable in regards to our lease. And Markley is still working on the lease and has had a lot of communication with their attorney in regards to that. But this right here will in no way tie you down to borrowing anything. It just lets us get that process going and gets that 20 days out of the way.
I move we accept it.
Motion is made to accept number 9 and number 10, which is the initial resolution authorizing and the resolution authorizing the loan between Houston County, Tennessee Public Building Authority and the City of Clarksville. Is there a second?
Second.
And seconded. Now, any discussion?
You mentioned finalizing the lease agreement.
Yes.
Can we finalize a lease agreement before we own the facility that you're talking about leasing?
We're not going to buy it until we finalize the lease facility.
So you're saying...
All we're doing is moving this forward. We will not borrow the money until the lease is...
That's not my question. You mentioned finalize, and this will allow us to finalize our lease agreement. Can we finalize an agreement on a facility that we haven't borrowed money for or bought?
Well, we can finalize, if I understand, you're talking about finalizing the lease so that we have no problem with it. Once you look at it and you're comfortable with it and they're comfortable with it, then we'll have to send it to the bonding authority and the state, and they'll have to review it too. Because I don't know if that answers your question or not. Okay? It's not just something, well, you agree to it and that's the way it is. It'll have to be looked at by the bonding authority and the state of Tennessee also.
Basically, you're saying we would be satisfied with the instrument.
Yeah, once you're satisfied with the instrument, then we've got to get 2 other people to be satisfied with it, which is the bonding people and the state of Tennessee, which is the state controller's office. They both have got to be satisfied with it. But I'm really thinking, Larry, if we get the lease the way it needs to be and we take it to the bonding authority and their attorneys look at it, more than likely the state will not have a problem with it. You see what I'm saying? Because the bonding authority, they're going to look at it pretty close because it's got to meet all their criteria for us to get the type of interest that we're getting. Okay. Any other questions? If not, roll call vote. We're voting on number 9 and number 10, both resolutions.
George Sherrill.
Yes.
Randall French. Steve Hall.
Yes.
Ray Elliott.
Yes.
Martha Greenfield.
Yes.
Darrell Kingsville.
Yes.
James Van Fleet.
Yes.
Leslie Lewis.
Yes.
Chris Self.
Yes.
Joey Brake.
Yes.
James Fazell.
Yes.
Donnie Lewis.
Yes.
Larry Sykes.
Yes.
Motion passed.
Motion passed. I wish I'd went on down. I've been paying it. I should have paid more attention to my agenda. This Tennessee Municipal Bond loan application, that's a part of it that we have to make application to the loan, the municipal bond loan application. I'd like a motion to approve this also. Motion, second. Any discussion? If not, I'll roll call vote.
William Mason. George Sherrill.
Yes.
Randall French.
Yes.
Steve Hall.
Yes.
Ray Elliott.
Yes.
Martha Greenfield.
Yes.
Darrell Kingsville.
Yes.
James Van Fleet.
Yes.
Leslie Lewis.
Yes.
Chris Self.
Yes.
Joey Brake.
Yes.
James Fazell.
Yes.
Donnie Lewis.
Yes.
Larry Sykes.
Yes.
Motion passed.
Motion passed. Let me tell you the schedule that this is that it's working on right now. Today's the 26th of March. All right, this the fastest or the sooner we can get it in the paper is going to be April the 3rd. That means this first initial resolution that you passed, the first I think 2 pages, we will have to post that. So it'll come out in the paper on April the 3rd. 20 days later from that will be April the 22nd, which is a Sunday. We're going to then recess, if you see on the bottom of your thing, recess for the 23rd. I've talked with Ms. Gill, our county attorney, in regards to that, and working with her, she feels like we should have our lease formulated by then. You as a group are going to meet in between that, I can tell you. But I'm talking about we will come back in a recess thing, hoping to be able to pass the lease agreement with signature. Now, one other thing. There's been some questions in regards to possibly negotiating with some of these people on some of the money. I've set a meeting up with USDA and Pinnacle Bank for next Wednesday on the 4th to see about if there's any wiggle room in regards to some of that money. I was on the phone just about all afternoon or all morning with USDA and Pinnacle in regards to that. So we're going to meet with them and see if there's any way that can be negotiated down some. I don't know that it's possible, but we're going to meet with them and see. I have no problems. I really would not suggest that the whole legislative body be there, but if you don't mind, I'd like to have a couple of commissioners there, along with Ms. Gill and myself. Anyone would like to volunteer to be there?
Wednesday?
Next Wednesday at 11 o'clock.
Not this coming Wednesday?
Not this one.
A week from Wednesday?
Yes, which would be on April the 4th.
At 1 o'clock?
At 11 o'clock.
At where?
In the courthouse here.
I can do that.
I can do that.
Okay. Anyone else? Okay. Good. You're welcome to be here. Okay? That's fine. All right. That's plenty. That way sometimes it's not like, I don't think you believe me everything I tell you, but I have no problems. I have no problems with you being there and hearing it firsthand. And it keeps me from having to repeat it and repeat it and repeat it. So I'll have someone else that can also repeat it. So 11 o'clock next Wednesday, we're going to meet with them. Okay? Next on the agenda, we have Budget Committee recommendations. Mr. Van Fleet, I think we had two.
Well, the Budget Committee met and we'd like to make two recommendations. The first one is to ask the State of Tennessee Department of Transportation to lower the speed limit to 35 miles per hour, 1/8 mile for the Stewart S curve on Highway 47. Also to post reflector signs in that area. The second recommendation of the Budget Committee is to lower the speed limit from 65 miles per hour to 45 miles per hour unless otherwise posted in county roads.
I'd like to take those up separately. The first recommendation is Mr. Van Fleet is lowering or asking the State of Tennessee TDOT to lower the speed limit from 35 to 1/8 mile from the S curve on Highway 147.
1/8 on either side.
On either side, okay. Do I have a motion to that effect?
So moved.
Is there a second? And second. Any discussion on this? If not, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion does carry. Next recommendation was to lower the speed limit from 65, which that's what state law says it is right now. 65, if it's not already posted, down to 45.
55, George.
Well, I have something that says 65. But yeah, I do. But now, whatever it is, we want to get it down to 45. Okay? Down to 45 unless otherwise posted. Do I have a motion to that effect?
So moved.
Motion's made. Is there a second? And second. Now any discussion? Randall.
You enforce it?
The speed limit? We can, as long as it's posted, going both directions on the road. But there has to be proper signage on the designated road for that speed limit.
In communities I've seen in counties that have lesser speed limits than is allowed by the state, they have a speed limit sign entering the county that says all county road speed limits are 45, if that's what they use, 45 unless otherwise posted. And they do not post every road. They just post it at the beginning of the county, entering the county.
I don't believe that'll work. That would be a question for Ms. Gill, I believe, but in order for us to enforce a speed limit on a particular road, it would have to be properly signed.
Any other discussion? Yes,
The
sir.
road's not marked now, Darrell. What is the speed limit on the road if it's not marked? In the county, talking about county road.
Well, it would be the same speed as the highest speed road that's traveled inside of your county, which would be 55. There's, and I know what the mayor's referencing to about the 65 mile per hour, but we don't have any roads that are 65 or designated as 65 miles per hour through our county.
I don't mind, and I'm sure Darrell knows what he's talking about. I don't deal with this every day, so. But I was going back. State law established the speed limit on all non-interstate highways and roads in Tennessee at 65 miles per hour if a lower limit has not been set as provided in the statute TCA 55-8-152. County legislative body has the authority to set lower speed limits on county roads. If this is done, the county legislative body is directed to provide funds for the erection of signs and traffic signs as appropriated to warn the public of these lower limits. TCA 55-8-153. And I've not read either one of those codes, but that's what I was given in regards to it. So.
And the problem you have is if we issue a citation and it's not properly signed, we bring it up to court, and if they advise the court of that, the chances of anything happening with that citation are slim to none. So we've basically not really done our job the way we should do it. And if it's properly signed, we can.
When you have a too fast for conditions ticket, there's no sign involved with that.
No.
How is that handled?
Well, the person would be issued a citation and brought to court, but it would depend on what actions they're taking at the time and why they're issued the citation as to whether or not you deem that as too fast for conditions or reckless driving or anything of that nature.
So it's subjective upon the officer's judgment.
It is.
Randall?
Mr. Jim, ballpark, when you can't put it down, what would it cost to put the signage up you were talking about?
If you take this sign grant, there's 1,000 signs and it's $50,000. It's $50 a sign plus the light.
Sure, if you had a long road of some sort and you put a sign at the beginning of that road and the end of that road, going in each direction, would that serve that purpose?
It's my understanding that, and I don't know all of the exact qualifications for where each sign has to be, but it's my understanding that as long as it's at the beginning of each road going each direction, then it would be properly signed, and we could enforce that. Not every quarter mile or anything like that. If it changes, then it has to be so many feet or a certain distance before that change occurs.
If a person come out in the center of that road, he wouldn't see the sign, but if he returned to that location, he would have to see it on his return trip. So that's a possibility.
Mr. Sykes, signage is a big issue, and it also depends on the point of entry into the road as to whether or not there's an actual observation of the sign. And when the case actually comes to court, what the judge is going to look at is their driver's license, where they're from, what their actual testimony is as to, this is the first time I traveled through your county, I entered the road here, there was nothing marked, and I didn't see it. So signage is big to get the signs out there, but every case depends on its own individual set of facts.
So what you're saying is somebody that lived in the county,
If someone
ought
lived
to
in
know
the
the
county
speed.
and regularly traveled the road,
Yeah.
and it was properly signed, then that is a very valid enforceable speed limit.
even
as
without a
per
sign.
code. Not without a sign. It still needs a sign. Signage is important,
Okay.
and signage is expensive.
So, assuming we pass this, nothing says that the sign has to go up tomorrow or next month or a year from now.
That's correct. I think
Okay,
if you
so as
pass
Jimmy
it-
gets money in his budget and he's coming up with a budget in July, he can slowly keep adding these signs and qualify all the roads to meet the 45-mile speed limit. So we're not going to be subject to $50,000 in a one-shot deal. We can do it over whatever time
You
we
can
want.
do it over time.
Okay, thank you.
Any other questions? If not,
If the highway department I don't want, the highway department is in good financial shape today because of the disaster. But that money is earmarked to go somewhere else. The highway department, believe me, is struggling in every county in the state of Tennessee to keep the roads as good as they are today. If you pass this ordinance, you will need to fund it. The state law says you'll fund it, and you need to fund it. It does not need to come out of our regular budget.
There's a lot of unintended consequences if we don't pass this thing.
That's fine.
If we are going to take this hospital over, as in the terms of the leases that we have, we are going, the county are going to be responsible for indigent and uninsured care. Now, with the kids going 55 miles an hour, 65 miles an hour on our county roads, having wrecks, we are going to start paying for those things if we don't reduce the speed limits.
Right.
And so even though your budget may be stretched, if we don't do it, the county's budget is going to be stretched due to the cost that we're going to have to incur with the hospital.
And I agree.
And it seems to me that, you know, everybody's got kids here. They're the ones we want to protect. That's how this all came about, is I had several constituents, not only mine, but in the county, saying, hey, everybody's just going too fast, and you know, my kids are in danger. They can't even walk down the street. So, you know, we have to take the bull by the horns and be responsible. You know, I hear what you're saying, money, 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 but darn it all, one child's life is not worth.
I agree 110%. I'm just telling you that our money is stretched so thin right now. I bought a load of coal mix today that cost $1,800. If I put up all my money in signs, the potholes will get bigger. When you get a pothole and you bust a tire and somebody gets killed, it's the same deal. I agree the speed limit should be a lot less than 45. There's not a county road, a oil and chip road in the county that you can drive through. I've always got danger your own. But if you're going to change it, don't.
I wouldn't doubt we could go to people that live on each county road and have them contribute $5 to pay for their $100 worth of signs on both ends, and they'd be more than willing to do it. Because it would protect them coming in and out of their drive, protect their kids, protect them. So, I mean, I don't see that as an issue. I really don't.
And I don't either. I mean, raise taxes, do whatever you need to do, but don't dump it on the highway department.
Let's just go ahead and pass the ordinance, and we'll deal with the signs when the time comes.
Any other discussion? If no other discussion, roll call vote.
William Major. George Jerem.
Yes.
Randall French.
Yeah.
Steve Hall.
Yes.
Ray Elliott.
Yes.
Martha Greenfield. Darrell Kingsville. James Van Fleet.
Yes.
Leslie Lewis.
Yes.
Chris Self.
Yes.
Joey Brake.
Yes.
James Pazell.
Yes.
Donnie Lewis.
Yes.
Larry Sykes.
Yes.
Motion passed.
Motion passed. Next, you have your budget amendments and transfers under your general fund. The first one we have is the contribution, the $30,000 that we made. I believe y'all, if you remember, y'all signed a letter supporting, allowing me to put this on the books. I'd like a motion to approve this budget amendment. Motion is made. Is there a second? And seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion does carry. Next, you have budget amendment special audit. I think you know what this audit's about. This is the audit report in regards to the guns. I'd like a motion to approve this audit. Motion is made. Is there a second? Is there a second? Second. Any discussion? If not, all in favor? Well, I didn't hear you guys. You're getting awful weak down there. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
No.
Do you want to have a roll call vote?
Go ahead.
No, roll call.
William Major.
Yeah.
George Jerem.
No.
Randall French.
No.
Steve Hall.
No.
Ray Elliott.
Yes.
Martha Greenfield.
No.
Darrell Kingsville.
Yes.
James Van Fleet.
No.
Leslie Lewis.
Yes.
Chris Self.
Yes.
Joey Brake.
Yes.
James Pazell.
No.
Donnie Lewis.
Yes.
Larry Sykes.
Yes.
Motion passed.
Motion passed. Next, you have a budget amendment, Homeland Security Fire Department grant, $1,187.93. I'd like a motion to approve that. Motion is made. Is there a second? And second? Second? Second. Do you have a second? Any discussion? If not, all in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion does carry. Next, you have budget amendment, Homeland Security grant. This is for equipment. This is an old one. We've already got approved. Just putting it on the books. Motion to approve this one?
So moved.
Motion is made. Is there a second? And seconded. Any discussion? If not, all in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion does carry. Next, you have a budget transfer. This is litter. This is allowing us to, us to work our litter people a little bit longer. We're transferring because it's getting closer to the end of the year. We won't be able to spend our money. I'd like a motion to approve the transfer in regards, budget transfer in regards to the litter. This is all grant money too. Motion is made and second. Any discussion? If not, all in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion does carry. Next, you have budget amendment from Fire Department and from the Youth Center. Any questions? If not, all in favor? Motion. Motion is made. Is there a second? Second. And seconded. Any discussion? If not, all in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion does carry. Next, we have our budget from our transfers from our Sheriff's Department and our jail. And you also have another one that I gave you tonight, a new one. Both of the transfers from the Sheriff's Department. Motion is made. Is there a